Tom here, aka Gentleman Grim. Today I'm taking another look at one of the bottlings from the Whiskey Makers Editions range from the Lakes Distillery. Today I'm taking a look at the Colliator. So, Colliator is a type of port. So, as you can guess, the Colliator bottling in the Whiskey Makers Editions range is going to have plenty of port cask influence. So, this has been aged in American oak casks that have previously held port, and then there's also some ex-bourbon barrel influence in there just to balance out that port a little bit. Now, the Whiskey Makers Editions range is designed for Davil, their whiskey maker, to experiment a bit. Their house style is sherry cask led, so the Whiskey Makers Editions allows him to experiment, try different cask types such as port, such as bourbon cask, and just have a play around and have a bit of fun with these things. Now, the Colliator was the first in the Whiskey Makers Editions range, and the packaging has very much changed to the new editions that they've been bringing out, those new bottlings. So this was just the first in that range before I think they sort of cemented what they wanted to do with it and the style of the bottlings and the packaging and the labels. This is bottled at 52% ABV, it's natural colour, it's non-chill filtered, so again ticking all the boxes for me in terms of what I'm going to enjoy with a whiskey. Okay, so on the nose with this, I'm getting that port influence straight away. There's lots of rich fruit notes here, so I'm getting plums, I'm getting blackberries, I'm getting cherry in there. But there's a bit more going on as well, there's a bit more depth to this. I'd say there's some orange in there, but not sort of juicy orange segments. It's more the pith, the bit you get on the between the peel and the fruit inside, that sort of note. And there's definitely some sweetness in there. I'd say maybe some brown sugar on the nose as well with this. So let's go into the palate, see what we get there. Slange. So the palate's really interesting. Oh, and the finish is really interesting actually, but I'll get to that in a moment. On the palate, it's got those fruit notes there that you'd expect from the port. So again, from the nose, getting that sort of plum note, getting those blackberries. But there's some sweetness in there, sort of caramel. It's almost sickly, almost, not quite. Thankfully, it's balanced out by the fruit, and then there's some spice in there as well, a bit of cinnamon chucked in, maybe even a touch of ginger possibly, and that sort of balances it out so that caramel doesn't become too sickly, doesn't become too much. On the finish, again, I'm getting that sort of orange pith is the first thing. It's sort of got a bitter quality to it. And there's a bit of spice in there, a bit of that cinnamon still following through. Bit of the fruit, but I think that sort of orange pith side of things and the cinnamon is sort of dominant on the finish for me. That said, giving it a few seconds, and now that caramel that I was getting on the palate, didn't get on the nose, but got on the palate, that's sort of starting to come through. And again, it's almost to the point that it's sickly, almost too much, but not quite getting to that point. Thank you for watching. If you've liked this video, please do hit the like button, and if you've not already, please subscribe and hit the bell, and you'll be notified of any videos that I do in the future. Now, Colliator is a type of Portuguese, is it Portuguese or Spanish? Portuguese port? Spanish port? Portuguese. So this has been aged in a mix of American oak I'm going to jump into the nose. If you were doing this at home, 52. Lost track. Fuck. What was I saying? I'm gonna skip that. The other thing that we're getting though, or that I'm getting, is a load of bollocks. Please subscribe and hit the bell to keep in touch with video.